in white with the blue stripes, Nova Scotia in the dark two-tone blue, and we're underway. Gareth Reese is alongside me. My name is Matt Little as we go for this women's bronze medal matchup in this room on the wing right off the hop. Here goes McLean. Allison McLean for Nova Scotia. She's going to get pushed into touch.
Well, great ambition from the back, backing themselves. And looks like Alberta want to go quickly, but they're not going to be allowed to by the ref. McLean brought down there, but one name I'm going to throw you, keep an eye on for this final, Willis Glasgow. As she goes, maybe the result of this final, if she can get any ball, the star for Nova Scotia women, will make life difficult for Alberta.
Certainly weapons on both sides of the ball here. Both of these teams got here by being dynamic, by everybody up and down the lineup to be able to score, but your point stands, Gareth. You want your best players to shine under the brightest lights.
Number 4 in the middle of this lineup is my girl there. Oh, bit of a mess. They go to the front.
Thanks, Fred.
Alberta trying to fight forward.
And release.
They've got it now in the backfield. Spun down. Ball hits the turf, but picked back up by Alberta as they continue to try and protect it here against Nova Scotia. Just a minute 15 gone in the opening half. Alberta still looking for space. It's hard tackling all the way here. Oh, ball came out again.
Sorry, there's a knock on here.
And a knock on, says the ref.
Well, understandable, Matt, a few nerves here, a couple of early knock-ons. You know, months of training, off-season training for both of these provinces. This goal, this week here, actually 3 days here in St. John's. They've been looking at it for some time now, and now they're here with a chance of putting their hands on a medal.
So maybe they'd be a little bit more energetic if this was a week as opposed to 3 days. It has been an absolute sprint, and sprinting now, Team Nova Scotia toward the goal line. Nice pitch, but Alberta there on D. McLean picks it back up. She'll give to a teammate. One defender back to meet her. Hand it off again. Team Nova Scotia driving toward the line. She's there. Can she put it down? Still leaning. Yes! The big lean forward for Nova Scotia. Kate Gaudry finishes off the play for 5 points.
Well, we were wondering who was going to get there, and it was Gaudry in the end who had a lunge to the line. Some stellar work in defense. Kayla McLean for Alberta, outstanding with some big tackles, but just relentless pressure from the Nova Scotia women pushing to that corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at Alberta, I mean, Ogoke, Kutch, Tasic have all been awesome throughout this. McLean has been a real standout for me, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Conversion from Allison McLean for Nova Scotia is no good, but watch this pressure as they go to the corner. There's the first body, hitting it up hard. Then they keep coming, the offloads keep coming. Pull down short here, great defense from Alberta, but finally a lunge to the line, and that's what got her to 5 points.
Sometimes you stroll over the line, and sometimes it's the big stretch. All you can do. Here's Ogoke battling for space for Alberta. Protects the ball as she goes to ground. McLean, she's looking to turn the corner, and Nova Scotia pulls her down to the turf. Alberta still there, trying to come through the middle. Ogoke pulled down hard. Good tackling by Nova Scotia. Alberta's over half, trying to make a few more yards here. Out wide, Tasic with a good pass. Alberta with some speed. Alberta around the corner, and she'll go all the way in for the try. Hanrahan scores for Team Alberta, and we're tied.
Immediate response from Alberta through Hanrahan. That's the sevens game.
And it is good. So Alberta into the lead.
Just about 4.5 minutes played, and it's been a pretty even battle. So many skills required to be good at the sevens game. That was the space they found at the end. But you got to be physical, you got to be fast, you got to be organized in defense, and you got to have an eye for the line, as she did here.
Vincent kicks off for Alberta as they're up 2 on Nova Scotia. That ball bouncing toward the touchline. It'll be corralled by the Blue Nosers. On the ground, screaming down there as the players battle away for it.
Are we officially allowed to call you Blue Nosers? Is that It's okay.
I'm a Nova Scotian, and that is a good word for me. It's
Good.
totally good.
Okay. Well, they're going to have a good chance here. They did that nice kick in behind and then made the tackle. That's the effort off the ball, working down there to make those tackles. And you see the touch judge's flag just in behind there, the 22-meter flag. There's a bit of wind going left to right on your screens. We'll keep an eye on that as the medal games progress.
Alberta out of the scrum. Good stiff arm, finding space through the middle. Alberta in for another try. Maddie Kutch scores for Team Alberta.
Yeah, big smiles from her. She'll get her drink as a reward. This is just individual effort. Looking to add the extras. The skipper, Lucy Finson, and she does. But Kutch just decided it was time. This game was all level, and she's got her hands on the ball. This is the end run-in. But she showed real pace, real leg lift, driving away from this Nova Scotia defense. Look at that.
Into the final minute now as Nova Scotia tries to field the kickoff. Alberta knocked it free, and a knock on.
110.
Almost the perfect play off that kickoff.
Player's going to go in for a scrum here. Yes, indeed.
40 seconds to go. Let's hear it for both
Late in
teams.
half number one.
Coach.
It'll be Nova Scotia to play it in.
Set. Out.
Driving forward, some hard yards. Good work being done by Hooper Dixon. Now Nova Scotia the other way as McLean hands it off. Out wide, that's Willis Glasgow fighting for space. And she's brought down.
We have time for a line out.
That ball going to touch. We're going to line out here.
Well, that's the one-on-one
Last
battle
one
Nova
here.
Scotia we're
Here's
looking
the
for.
mark.
Willis Glasgow with the ball with a little bit of space, but not quite enough. Fantastic defense coming across, making the hit. And I think it was Emerson Hanrahan who also goes up in that lineup, but it's going to be Nova Scotia ball here at the end of the first half.
Into our final action as Nova Scotia looks to get a few points back and close the gap here in this game. Great pass right into the breadbasket. Great tackle by Alberta. And that's the half. Wow, that was a fast second half for the women's bronze medal match. Rugby sevens at the 2025 Canada Games. My name is Matt Little. Gareth Reese was here. It's now Seth Hyde. Once again, glad to have you back, my friend.
Yeah, Gareth knows a little bit more about rugby sevens than we do, Matt. Just a little bit.
I love having Gareth around, absolutely. But glad to have you on the call as well. This has been an incredible match so far. One of those times I wish we were playing 90 minutes instead of 15, as the pace and the action we've had so far in this matchup.
No, she needs to release. Needs to release.
Need to release. So Alberta will come back with it. Alberta 14-5 up after the opening half. Looking for space to rumble forward. Nova Scotia does not allow it.
No, leave it
Keeping
now.
Alberta
Leave
on the
it.
other side of half. Alberta will come forward this time over the half line, but not much farther. Still in there as Nova Scotia gets back on side. Alberta. Can they get out around the last defender? Can they go through? Willis Glasgow wrapping up 1-2 players, but Alberta keeps that ball moving. Here's Kutch looking for a second try. They're going to pull her back. Pitched off to McLean, and McLean gets free.
And an extra shove there at the end.
I would expect nothing less than a little bit feisty here as we fight for the medals. The Alberta crowd making noise as a couple of subs come into the game. That's number 9, Maggie Hellier. Number 6, Astikwa for Alberta. Alberta up now 19-5. A minute and a half into the second half. Still in striking distance, Team Nova Scotia, but they need to go quick. As that ball doesn't travel far enough, Nova Scotia will bring it back to half. Nova Scotia unable to get in the end zone at the end of that first half, and then thrown down hard here, trying to break through the Alberta line.
Finish.
Nova Scotia, good pitch out wide.
Finish over.
McLean wrapping up the ball carrier for Team Alberta. Nova Scotia getting it back up off the turf. Ball is bobbled. Alberta trying to force it loose.
Forward on the ground.
That was knocked on by Team Nova Scotia as we get some more subs. Into the game now for Team Nova Scotia. Gwyneth Galloway, number 5.
Okay, there's the mark. Time back on. Just gonna go step here, okay? Crouch. Bind.
Getting into the scrum, Alberta to send it in. Players set, ball is there, and it's Alberta out with it. Team Alberta, one more good try here. Might put this thing out of reach. But Nova Scotia well wrapping up. That is Galloway making an immediate impression. Or, excuse me. Maggie Hellier. Well, she hasn't been on the pitch long either. There's Galloway making a tackle as well.
Let's go, girls. Come on, Scotia.
Nova Scotia trying to hold that line. Alberta with a good pitch. And everybody down in a heap as McLean couldn't get through. Vincent dishing off for Alberta. Trying to turn and move upfield and put down hard onto the turf was McClellan. 3 minutes 15 gone as the teams continue to work in the middle of the pitch. Another good tackle by Nova Scotia. Galloway in on it again.
Held there. She's held.
Nova Scotia will win the ball this time around. Galloway looks for an option. She'll find it. Now out wide. No space for Willis Glasgow to operate. Oh, good pitch for Nova Scotia, but the defense is there. Alberta not letting him through. And the hold, this will give it over to Alberta. And Alberta's going to elect a scrum.
Okay, get them on, subs. We're going to go time off now.
Time off as we get some substitutions. Here come both number 12s, as well as 2 for Alberta. That's Emily Plant, number 2, Maya North, number 12, as well Gabrielle Shaw, number 12 for Team Nova Scotia.
Mark's right here. I'll let you get
All
set.
into the match as the teams try to get fresh legs on there. Energy key.
Time back on.
Well, so true, and this comeback isn't out of the woods yet for Nova Scotia.
Set.
They're going to have to move pretty quickly here.
Alberta gets it out of the scrum. The pass is into the feet of Finson, but she recovers well. Alberta still there. Nova Scotia knocked the ball loose on the tackle. Nova Scotia picks it up, hands it off. Shaw looking for space. Shaw right into the white shirts.
No, she has to release that. Has to release it.
Didn't get the release, and here comes Alberta. Finson with the handoff. And pulled right back down to the turf. Ooh, big collision there. Alberta still in possession, trying to turn the corner and go out wide. Willis Glasgow in there on the tackle.
Back.
Ball takes a bounce, headed toward the touchline here. As players fight for it. Didn't go out.
Leave it.
It's Nova Scotia ball. 5 minutes. 2 minutes remaining here in the second half. As Nova Scotia starts to come forward. If they can break the line, that's easier said than done. Good toss. Nova Scotia trying to accelerate, and Alberta there with the tackle.
Has to release it.
Turned over again, Alberta moving up forward. Just muscling up the pitch. Just trying to keep that clock moving. And here we get a knock on, and this is likely a scrum. Here comes another substitution for Team Alberta. Coming into the game is number 3, Chanel Mann.
Time back on. Crouch.
Clock is rolling. Nova Scotia in possession, but the clock their biggest enemy right now, Seth.
Absolutely. And Alberta's not giving them any space to make anything happen. Nova Scotia's almost been through so many times, but Alberta always manages to get a hand on them to stop the attack.
Trying to turn on the acceleration here, but Alberta there once again, a good handoff. Nova Scotia looking for some daylight up the middle. Big tackle by Team Alberta. Stopping Hooper Dixon in her track. Now forward, Shaw pitches away. Her teammate still not able to get it over the line. Nova Scotia still in possession. Loose in the backfield here. They'll fall onto it and look for help. And it's Alberta jumping on the loose ball. Tenacious Team Alberta. Nova Scotia hard after it again, trying to force a turnover. Alberta will pitch it off. Look for some space coming forward.
Finish.
That goes off a hand.
Knocked on.
And it was knocked on after coming off of Hanrahan. Another scrum. Outside that 22 line.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Player set, Nova Scotia. Gets the ball in. We've passed 7 minutes. Nova Scotia just trying to finish strong as they charge toward the end line. They'll get it. That's a try, but it's not going to be enough.
Well, I mean, a good way to go out for Team Nova Scotia. 4th place is absolutely unbelievable. 4th and 5th in this tournament for them. So well done for such a tiny province compared to Alberta, Quebec.
It really is. It stings to get all the way this far and not come away with the medal, but you know, a week or two after the games, when they step back and take a look at it, Nova Scotia coming away 4th and 5th in men's or in women's and men's respectively. That is an amazing result, and Alberta celebrates with a medal. A little extra weight in their suitcases to head home. As Team Alberta claims the bronze here at the 2025 Canada Games.
Well, so well deserved from Team Alberta, showing up here today and laying down the business against Team Nova Scotia. Great job from them, and they deserve that extra weight in their suitcase.